Welcome to Stuff and Whiskey. I'm Erin.
I am Josh, and we have no clue what we're drinking. Barely even know what we're talking about. We're just hanging out, having fun, husband and wife, but we love to have pours with friends, so that's what we're here to do.
Yeah.
To have some pours with you. So Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a friend. Thank you for joining in. This sample...
I really want to do Golden Girls right now.
You can't do it every time. This pair of samples right here, which I'm going to set to the side so we don't knock anything over.
Yes, because Josh talks with his hands.
I do. Has been, as we're going to elaborate on right here, it's been chosen at random from a sample pool full of a bunch of different matchups. They're always interesting. It could be... Wow, it's really hard to talk when you're doing that. It could be... It could be...
Okay, I'm done.
I'm just going to keep them right
here.
I'm
done. I'm sorry.
It could be
I couldn't help it.
It could be two shelfers, and we're just seeing which one's the better buy. It could be two allocated products. We're seeing which one is the better product, and is there one that, you know, like, do they even seem allocated in that moment without us knowing what we're drinking? Or is it allocated versus available, and can the available David take down the mighty allocated Goliath? We're going to find out. You're going to watch the whole thing. Or it could be
none of that.
You're going to watch the whole thing play out. We're going to smell them, taste them, give you a rating, thumbs up, thumbs down, super simple stuff. And then we'll find out the price and see if that changes how we feel about things before we find out what we're drinking. Yeah. So if you like that kind of unbiased content with honest opinions because we're blind, subscribe to the channel. Yeah. We would love to have you on board.
We would.
We would love to have you on board. So glass number 1 on the nose.
Whoa.
Wow, that smells awesome.
It smells sweet, old library books, butterscotch, grandma's kitchen, sugary sweetness.
Man, old book pages, and like also strawberry candy, like the wrapper that looks like a strawberry.
Oh yeah.
Like this has attic vibes, like dusty attic vibes. This smells. This smells like it smells awesome. It kind of smells like an Orphan Barrel release.
It smells like the dust on your laptop right there.
Wow, just calling me out.
I'm sorry. They
can't see that.
I know it's a black laptop though, and that's all I can see.
I can't, like, the studio light's on, and I don't notice it until we're recording, and I'm like, that's not good. Yeah. I didn't think I was gonna get called out by my own wife on screen though. So
sorry. Got to keep it real here.
Cheers.
It's a weeder.
Ooh. It could be.
It tastes like a weeder. There's funk. It smells way better than it tastes. I don't like it. Ugh. It's also soft and watery.
It is soft. It's sweet. It just kind of rides out with this like oaky sensation that some people could perceive as being sour or off-putting, I imagine. To me, this is a crazy experience. It reminds me so much of the experience of like some of the Orphan Barrel releases of yesteryear, like a decade ago, Rhetoric 20, 22, 24.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem like it's that old to me. It also does have this kind of like more modern profile and a little bit of sourness to it, to your point.
Yeah, I'm out on the taste. It smelled good.
Would you like to take you always say don't judge a book by its cover or a whiskey by its color, and you also say don't trust the first sip. Seems like you should take a second sip just to be sure.
You're right.
That's just what you say.
You're right.
That's just what you say.
No, you're right.
That's what you say.
Because I'm right. But I don't like it. This time I don't want to do a second sip.
Second sip. Yeah. Sweet, soft, oaky.
Tastes like soap.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. Like white bar soap.
Yeah. Which is great to clean your body with. I don't really like getting my mouth washed out with soap.
Did you ever, when you used foul language as a child, as you were wont to do, as we all know?
I only did that one time.
Did you get your mouth washed out with soap?
No. And I never got my mouth washed out with soap wow, this is revealing a lot. That I washed my own mouth out with soap because I wanted to see what it was like. Not great.
I only did meth once. I just want to see what it was like.
Don't recommend.
No. To be clear, neither of us.
But it was with a bar of the white dial soap.
Ivory. This tastes more like ivory.
Ivory. It was white.
No.
Dove.
Dove is nice.
It was Dove soap.
This is more like ivory. This is less like Dove.
Dove soap.
All right, I'm moving on to glass 2.
Yeah, I don't like glass 1. All
right, so Erin's out on glass 1. I think it's quite nice. It's quite pleasant, but it is very
pleasant
specific.
If you like bad things.
Okay. Glass 2 on the nose. Oh, smells like more.
It smells sweet. It smells kind of like pink candy.
So
Not necessarily a flavor, just the color pink of candy.
this has a much more dense caramel profile to it. Like
It's darker.
there's something in here that's darker because the first one was like fruit and old book pages.
Yep.
And
Which I love
and dusty attic.
that smell.
The second one is just like, okay, cool. Here's a caramel infusion straight into your nostrils.
But I'm getting red, like red candy.
I'm getting caramel, vanilla, toffee. I'm also getting a little bit of cherry to kind of accompany all that.
I'm nervous that this is going to taste similar to the first one.
I don't know. Let's
Whatever.
find out.
It's fine.
Sure.
I'll live.
Whatever. It's all right. Fine.
Okay.
Wow. This has a good flavor profile, but it's very
It's
watery.
just, there's not much of it.
It's very watery.
Yeah. Okay. So you're getting that too. It wasn't just because I sipped water.
No. This is hollow. This is, wow. What in the world?
What is there is a nice, balanced bourbon flavor, but there's not much of it.
Yeah, if you're...
I thought it was because I had just sipped water and maybe some of that water residue was still in my mouth, but if you're getting that same experience...
Yeah, I may not be giving this glass a fair shake because the first glass I thought was pretty good on the, like, for what it was, fairly oily, had a good mouthfeel for what it was. The second glass is just, it is literally water that's flavored like old whiskey.
Yeah, and I did not like the first glass, and I agree with you on the second glass. But let's do a second sip.
Second sip, can't trust the first one.
No, it's the same.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely the same on the viscosity. It is watery, but I did get more spice and oak on the mid to back palate on that second
I'm getting more
sip.
oak on the finish.
It's
I
just-
wouldn't say spice, but I'm getting more oak.
I'm getting like that barrel. I call it barrel spice, but it's not quite pop rocks. It's not that lively, but it's just like a little bit of like a little crackle, a little like if you're listening to a fire and it's across the way and it's just like you hear the logs crackling.
Yeah, okay.
It's like a crackle of
Okay.
spice on my tongue.
Okay.
And it tastes like wood, tastes like oak. So I call that barrel spice. But it's still very thin. It's remarkably thin,
Yeah,
which is not what you want to be remarkable for.
that's true. The flavor is better than the first glass, in my opinion,
For you, yeah.
for me.
I don't know about me yet.
Also, I got really sleepy drinking that glass.
It bored you that much?
No, I just don't. Do you sometimes, like, all of a sudden get, like, overcome with, like, a wave of tiredness? And you don't know where it came from?
If you're newer to the channel, Erin is a living house cat in human form. So sometimes she just gets sleepy and grinds to a halt and just sleeps wherever she's at.
I do love
It
sleep.
hasn't happened on the channel yet.
No, I don't have narcolepsy.
Correct. She's as close to a narcoleptic as you can get without being narcoleptic. Also, shout out to the narcoleptics out there. You probably have better health than all of us because there's nothing more restorative than sleep.
Wow, let's not talk about things you don't know.
That's true. I'm not a doctor. This is not medical advice.
Let's not offend people unnecessarily.
I was trying not to
Okay, hey,
offend
let's talk about whiskey.
narcoleptics.
Let's not talk about how much sleep I do or do not get.
Okay.
Okay.
You brought it up.
I just got sleepy. And so sometimes my brain can only think about sleep. That's it. That's all I'm saying. Not that I'm going to sleep. It's too late in the day to sleep.
Oh, I think you should go back to glass 1 after trying glass 2.
I want to.
I think you should.
Don't make me.
I think you should.
You can't make me.
I think you should. It's only right to give the people, I mean, we've got to give you guys a thorough investigation and evaluation of the glasses that we're tasting.
It's soft.
It's not remarkable. I just wanted to see you drink glass 1 again.
You jerk. I don't like it. Well, the
Well,
one
now you know for sure.
Okay, so the one redeeming quality about glass 1 is that it is a little watery as well. And so the flavor that's there isn't super strong. They're both kind of watery, if I'm being honest. I just dislike the flavor that I'm getting in glass 1 so much more than the flavor I'm getting in glass 2. But glass 1 is also kind of watery. The viscosity is thin, just like glass 2. I am giving this glass 1. I'm just going to do ratings. Thumbs down.
We
I'm
saw
a
it coming.
hard pass.
We saw it coming a mile away.
Hard pass. I don't care if it's $5. I don't want it.
All right, glass 2.
I'm going to go just okay.
Okay.
It's fine. It's watery. There's tons of whiskey in the world that I would rather drink more than these two, but glass 2 is okay. If someone poured me this, I'd be like, thanks. I'm good. I'll take this and then I'm good.
Yeah, glass number 1 is just basically like a liquefied strawberry candy in the wrapper, but liquefied with some alcohol. Glass number 2 has a little bit more of that like caramel, brown sugar, toffee note. Less watery as I went back and forth while you were talking.
Okay.
Glass 2 got less watery. They kind of evened out in experience. Could be me going back to back, but in this comparison at least, I find both of these reasonably enjoyable, but I don't have to have a bottle of either one of them. Would I like bottles of them?
Go ahead.
Maybe. Maybe I would like bottles of them. I'm going to go just okay on both. I like what I'm tasting, but it's just not fully to my flavor profile. They're a little bit light. They're a little bit watery. And that watery sensation on both of them is what is keeping them from being thumbs up for me. The flavors I like on both glasses. I just don't. I prefer a little bit more viscosity in my pours.
Yeah, that's fair.
If I were going to go thumbs up on one over the other, though, I would go thumbs up on glass 2.
Good choice.
I like the profile better. I like the barrel spice and the oak on the finish. It's a little bit more rich and dense. It's so watery. So we'll see if the price on either of these changes our mind.
Okay. My mind won't change.
Yeah. Well,
I'm just letting you know that right now.
So you prefer glass 2. I prefer glass 2 as well. I just like glass 1. You don't. Let's find out price on glass number 1. Number 80 in our key. It is...
Mother of pearl.
Who's Pearl? And what did her mom do?
You don't want to know.
Oh, wow. All right. Price.
$150.
On number 80 in our key. All right.
Yeah.
You're staying thumbs down, fair to say.
Yeah. It's not good. I don't like how it tastes. I'm not going to pay $150 for it. I'm saying it's objectively not good for me.
I'm trying to see it. Yeah, I'll go thumbs down.
It tastes
I'll join
yucky.
you. I'll go thumbs down on glass 2 as well.
For the price?
Glass 1. Sorry, glass 1. For $150, if I could taste that before I bought it, there is no way I would part with $150 to buy what I just tasted. That's thumbs down. I'm not saying it's bad. I like it. But I don't like the value. I would skip this. This would be a hard pass for me. I have to be honest about that with you guys. I'm not saying it's bad whiskey. You may love it. It's not worth $150 to me. There we go.
Okay.
Glass number 2 in our key is number 79. Price?
$40.
I'm coming off of just okay and going to a thumbs up. Buy that. I would buy that.
It's still kind of thin.
It is, but for $40, I will forgive.
Yeah, but for like $15 more, you can get rare breed.
Here's the thing. I almost went thumbs up on both of these because I like the flavor profile, and I would have stayed thumbs up at 40.
Okay.
I would have gone thumbs down on that. So, all right. What are you?
I'm staying just okay because at $15 more, I'm buying a bottle of rare breed.
That's fair, but sometimes I want a lighter drinking experience, like if I'm making dinner or something.
Okay.
So I'm going to stay...
See, I drink whiskey to drink the whiskey. So for me, I'd rather spend a little bit more and get a little more flavor and proof.
Sometimes we get critiques in our system. You know what we're drinking. I don't know. Aaron doesn't know yet. Sometimes we get critiques about our system. That's fine. Critique all you want. At the end of the day, this is how we like to do it. We think it gives you the most honest and valuable input possible.
Because we don't know what we're drinking at all.
Here's the flaw in our system, though. Because we found out glass 2 second, I'm comparing $40 to $150, and I like this better, which makes me want to go thumbs up. But had I had this in isolation, would I have stayed just okay? Maybe, but I'll never really know.
But this is a head-to-head, so
Right.
you do have to talk about it in relation to it's a knockout, like a knockout round.
Yeah, but I also encapsulate the scope of my personal preferences in my ratings.
But like, which one in this round is going to knock the other out to go to the next?
2 for sure wins.
Yeah.
Like, we both agree on that, but I'm just saying the rating might change if I were tasting this blind versus by itself versus in a head-to-head.
Gotcha.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
And that's a
Then
fair
just say
critique.
that.
There is no tasting whiskey, as with all matters of taste, is a completely subjective experience. We're only giving you our thoughts to hopefully help you think about how they weigh against your personal preferences and whether you might like either of these or not. with glass 1 being $150 and me not liking it as much as a second glass, I have to go thumbs up on glass 2.
That's what head-to-heads do. You
So,
gotta knock one out.
We're both thumbs down on glass 1. And then on glass 2, you're just okay. Means you could take it or leave it. You might take it sometimes, but you might leave it sometimes.
For the price, I might take it sometimes. But I also, for the flavor, I'd probably pay just a little bit more. Because
of the barrel spice and the oak on the finish and the overall sweetness, I am going to go thumbs up on glass 2.
Okay.
So that's our final ratings. Let's find out what we're drinking.
Okay.
Glass number 1, our least preferred, number 80, is
a Wild Turkey product.
Okay.
Father and son.
13 year?
13 year.
Wow. That's low proof, right?
86 proof.
All right.
And this was thanks to Tyler Boggs.
Tyler, thank you, man.
Yeah. It tastes yucky. Sorry.
Thanks, Tyler. Thanks for the yucky whiskey.
Sorry, Wild Turkey. No, it's not. Tyler didn't make the whiskey. He shouldn't be offended. I don't.
You know, you could have told me that.
Like
you could have told me that was Van Winkle Lot B, and I would have believed you.
Yeah.
Which 12 years, 13 years, this is not weeded, but it kind of has that flavor. It has that funk.
It was yucky.
So the turkey funk came in line more with the weeded funk.
The turkey funk came in line, but it didn't come across as turkey funk. It came across as weeder funk, and I do not like weeder funk.
All right, so you did not like that.
No.
What is glass number 2? What beat it?
Russell's Reserve 10 year. LLME. What does that mean?
Yeah, it was just a release of Russell's 10 year.
Okay.
That was kind of widely praised as being a bit of an older than 10 year release. More rich, more...
Okay, it was 90 proof, which that explains the wateriness on both of these.
Yeah.
They were very low proof.
To be fair, to open the kimono a little bit, even though I'm not wearing one.
Ooh, would you like me to go get my kimono and give to you? That's
okay.
Okay.
That's Patreon-only content, which if you want to join our Patreon community and see the kimonos and the juicy sweatpants... No, it's not that type of Patreon. It is where you join in to get our barrel picks, and we're going to Wild Turkey to pick 2 Russell's Reserve barrels in August.
Yes.
So if you want those picks that we do, you got to be part of our Patreon because they're exclusive released within Patreon. Also,
you went on a wild tangent and you got to open that kimono.
I know, but I'm talking about Wild Turkey right now and our barrel picks, and you can get plugged into our community where Tyler Boggs is and join in over there on Discord through our Patreon for as little as $3 a month. So all that is available to you. That and all of the riches and wealth and wonders of the world in our Patreon.
I'm trying to reel him back in. So you were like, I'm going to open the kimono a bit, and then you got way sidetracked.
Yeah, I forgot what I was saying.
Russell's 10. Again, this is why I'm here.
To open the kimono a little bit, we record in blocks, so everything you've watched, if you've watched things on the channel for the course of the week.
I mean, for the most part, you could tell because we don't change our clothes.
Right. But
everything we recorded today, we're wearing the same clothes.
So if you look back, Monday and Tuesday's videos were recorded before this, and those were 108 to 120 something proof. So there's no surprise that these came across watery. With that said, we give our palates some time, we drink some water. 90 proof stuff does tend to come across kind of watery to us. It's not quite our thing.
And I think for us, it's because we tend to really like higher proof pours. So that's a caveat that not everyone likes higher proof pours.
Higher flavor pours, which proof brings flavor.
Okay.
We don't like proof for proof's sake.
Correct.
We don't like overly hot stuff. We like proof when it drives flavor.
Correct. I do want to say, if you are someone who does like lower proof whiskey, and that you can have had whiskey for a long time, but just really like lower proof whiskey. Just because you like lower proof doesn't mean you're less of a whiskey enthusiast or less of a whiskey connoisseur. Everyone's palate's different. If you like lower proof whiskey, I do think Glass 2 was really good for a low proof whiskey.
Yeah.
I just don't I don't particularly like lower proof things. But if you do, Glass 2 is a good one.
Yeah. Here's where we'll button it up. The Father and Son 13-year release is I think it's a duty-free international travel exclusive release.
Don't get it. Save yourself the money.
Russell's 10's everywhere. Now, LLME was kind of a special batch. Some of the 2024 releases of Russell's 10-year were special. With that said, if you really enjoy 90 proof whiskey and you haven't tried Russell's 10, it's a fantastic entry-level step into finding out what 10 years plus of age can taste like on a whiskey.
That's true, because 10 years is pretty old.
Like, I'm getting barrel spice, I'm getting oak.
Yeah.
Try it. If you haven't tried it yet, try it. It's $35-$40 depending on your market, maybe $45. It's money well spent to taste what age can do to whiskey. And then, like you said, maybe get this and a bottle of Rare Breed. You're out the door for under $100, and you're tasting the difference between age on Russell's 10 and proof on Rare Breed.
Yeah, age and low proof on Russell's 10, and then not as much age, but more proof on Rare Breed.
Right. Mm-hmm. And if whichever one you like or don't like, whichever one you like least, use it to make cocktails. You know? Yeah. Like, you're going to get some fantastic cocktails out of it. But the other product, maybe you find something that you've never tried before that you really enjoy. We do tend to really love Wild Turkey stuff, but Aaron is sensitive to funk, and the Wild Turkey funk on the Father and Son turns you off today. Russell's 10, I was digging it. I was digging both these, but
I liked the Russell's 10. It was just watery, and I just didn't. Yeah. It was just okay.
You just want a little bit more today. Yeah. If you want some more of this channel, make sure you subscribe. Join in. We do head-to-heads like this every Thursday. We do blind single samples on Mondays. And we do a bunch of fun stuff on Tuesdays as well. So 3 videos a week. If you subscribe, that's what you're signing up for. If you just want to hang out with us, have some whiskey, kick back, relax. That's what we're all about. If you don't like that, cool. Lots of other channels out there. You don't like the length, there's YouTube Shorts. Tons of stuff for you to check out over here. But if you want to be part of what we're doing, join in. We would love to have you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Is that it?
That's it.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Be good to each other. And until next time,
cheers. You know what's funny? You're like, for whatever dollar, I wish I said this in a video, but like, whatever dollars more, you can just get Rare Breed. This is Russell's 10. Like, both Wild Turkey products.
I know.
So you were keyed in on the Rare Breed, but we weren't thinking Wild Turkey on either of these.
No, I wasn't. Dude, I thought this was like some sort of Pappy sample that somebody gave us.
I thought you could have told me that. I don't know what all's in our head-to-head pool because I don't try to memorize it. I would have thought if you told me Glass 1 was Lot B, Pappy Van Winkle, or Van Winkle, I would have said, yep, believe it. And if you would have told me Glass 2 was a Michter's 10-year, like a kind of a watery single barrel Michter's 10-year, I would have believed you.
Interesting. Yeah, that Father and Son is, it's not a wheated whiskey?
No. So, fun fact, at Wild Turkey, they only have one mash bill. 75 corn, 13% rye, 12% malted barley.
So why does it taste different?
Barrel selection, proofing process, all that stuff.
It smelled really good. It smelled like what I get on Wild Turkey, old library books. Like, it smelled like that. You know, that's like that. That's what I said the very first time I smelled Rare Breed.
Yep. The elbow patches.
The old British, not old British man, a British man wearing a cardigan with elbow patches in an old library.
Yeah.
That was what Rare Breed smelled like, and that's what this smelled like. That is not what it tasted like. And I did not. Ugh, here.
I don't want it.
Well, you're gonna.
I want more of this.
You're gonna have that, sir.